Kelly Ann, and welcome to a Beastly Unsaved Rabbit Hole video. It has been a very long time. There was a special one on Tuesday, which was so much fun to make, and there is going to be 2 more of those, a mid-month check-in and an end-of-the-month check-in. So really excited. I hope that y'all really enjoyed that. And yeah, we had fun making it, and yeah, so it has been a year though since I've really done these videos, so if you haven't been around that long, I will just explain what this video is. So the series, the Beastly Unsaved Rabbit Hole, are basically my floss tube videos specifically relating to my HAED. So I only talk about my HAED in these videos, and I only ever mention, I never show my HAED in my regular floss tube videos. It's just something that I decided to do whenever we created the Beastly Unsaved Rabbit Hole, which we explained in the previous video. The other thing is that I try really hard not to cuss in my regular floss tube videos. It happens every once in a while, and you know, a little bit lately because I've been like frustrated with my computer situation, which today seems to be acting fine. And so I don't really censor myself as much in my weekend vlogs, and I don't censor myself at all in these videos. So that is something that I've stated in this series from the get-go, but again, that was a year ago. The other thing is, I'm trying to remember everything that I feel like I need to or should say. These videos are going to be my Friday videos for this month because I am doing #HAED Mania with Michelle and Brittany and any of you who want to join. So if you aren't doing the traditional Stitch Mania or any version of your own Stitch Mania, and instead you're working on a single HAED for the month of May or multiple HAEDs for the month of May, go ahead and use our hashtag and join us, because we would love to see what everyone else is working on this month for their HAED. So yeah, I hadn't worked on mine in about a year. Before last week's video, check out the playlist and see how long it's been. It's been at least 10 to 11 months, so pretty close to a year. I've really missed her, and so I am at 40 whips. So I'm like, I don't need to start all the things. I want to start all the things. And I'm going to be decluttering my whip pile soon. So I was kind of like, what do I really want to work on that I haven't worked on in a very long time? And I have tons of whips like that, but the honest answer is my HAED. Because I really want to see her done at some point in my life, and hopefully not in my 40s or 50s. So hopefully within the next couple of years. I would love to have her finished within 5, and it's already been a year and I'm not even close. So I really need to give her more attention. I just didn't have the attention span last summer until about now, because some stuff was going on in life, and you know, concentrating on confetti and stuff was just not in my agenda, not my forte, and I just didn't want to deal. So, anyways, she's back out. She wants some love. I want to love on her. And I've named her Annalisa. But, alright, so this is my HAED. It is by Melanie Delon. I don't know. Nothing Will Save Me, and she's super gorge. I love her. I am doing her on 18 count Aida. Obviously 2/1 because it's Aida, but two strands of floss, and I am doing full crosses. And she is going to be roughly 25 inches by 35 inches whenever she is done. And the page that I'm currently working on is this eye, part of the nose, or the nose, and part of the mouth. So I'm literally working on her face right now. Really excited about that. Okay, so let's just talk about what I have done and what my goals and plans for this month are. So again, I'm not the fastest stitcher, but I want to see some pretty good progress. So that's going to be obviously up to me to have like dedication and commitment, to not get frustrated with the process of a HAED, which can sometimes happen because, you know, I get a little discouraged and confetti slows me down even more. But I am really lucky in the fact that if I do confetti for a few days, I can go to some of my literally full pages of 310. So this is my first page. Yeah, and you can tell by these little speckles in pink over here that that is 37.50, and everything else on this page is 310. And then my second page, all of this is 310 and 37.50. Semi-checkerboard pattern. So that's another one that like I'll go to on days that I'm not trying to make like real progress. And then I may go across the top and do another like mostly black page, but you can see kind of the little speckles. That's 37.50 and the rest literally is 310. But this is what I am working on. So you can see a face starting to form and just showing those really quickly. I mean, honestly, it's pretty boring. A lot of my pages are literally solid black. Like all of these surrounding pages right here, solid black, and a little bit of the bottom pages, solid black. So, you know, feel free to copy my HAED. Just kidding. But it's 42 pages, and so I have 3 pages started, 0 pages completely finished. But between the 3 pages, I at least have 1 page finished. I mean, I have a fair amount of work done on them, but a page that is like 15,000 stitches of just black is kind of obnoxious. So that's this first page that I was showing you, and you can see the speckles of 37.50 in here. So that other page that I showed you would be the one right here. So there would be like some 37.50 speckle continuation, and then literally the rest would be solid black. So my goal is to get this filled in, and to start this one. So because as I'm working on some of the other pages with more details that actually have confetti in them, like I said, I like to be able to not have to concentrate, not pay attention. So these are the borders of the first page, and I could literally just grab a skein of 310 and sit without a pattern and fill these in. So like if I kind of have a headache but I want to stitch or something like that, which does happen, and usually I just don't stitch on those days because I have to look back and forth from a pattern, and it makes it worse in some cases depending on the pattern. So this month it is kind of nice because if I do have that going on, I don't need to look at a pattern to fill in these boxes with black. I mean, I'm pretty intelligent. And so if I do get this one filled in, then I will do the 37.50 for this page, frame it, or actually I know where the frame would be because there's how far the second page goes, and then I can just fill in black, have another fill-in page basically. Okay, so this is my second page. So I have everything from the veil over this way finished. So the start of her hair and the background right here, because it's a mixture of probably like 7 or 8 blues. And then it comes up and kind of like checker patterns with 310, so you can kind of see how it's not like a perfect checker, but it's kind of checkery. But all of that is 310, so all those holes in there need to be 37.50. So zoom in on some of that detail, and by zoom in I mean just get really close to the camera. So there's some of the detail in there. So to see like the folds in the veil, it's light, but you can see it. There's like a cream right here, and we have like some purples and some blues. You can kind of see the multi dimensional blue background fading into all the 310. And then her hair right here has grays, purples, browns, some mauve-y colors. I mean, like, interesting colors, but they help. You can start to see like a curly tendril right up here. Okay, so kind of neat. So I am kind of really lucky that even on her face, I have really large chunks of solid color, and really the only confetti is like on that outline of her hair, her eye, her nose, like the actual features. The rest of her face for the most part, and I'm assuming because it is such a close-up type image, that there are giant chunks of solid color. So the first night I did all of this, which is a blue, and that's her cheek. And I did all of this section of the peach color. So that was Tuesday night. And last night, because I am recording on Thursday, so I haven't been able to stitch yet. So next week's video will hopefully have a ton more progress, hoping, because I'm going to stitch a lot this weekend. That's the plan. And tonight and tomorrow. Anyways, regardless, so last night, this is like her eye right here, one of her eyes. I really wanted to kind of start forming some of the actual facial features, not just like the blank canvas parts. So basically I'm stitching like right here at the moment. But I kind of got started and I just wasn't feeling it, because a big chunk of this page are these two colors, mostly this color, this peach color. So this literally took me like an hour and a half to 2 hours of my friend being over and me just not really concentrating, not really wanting to do anything. And then I kind of like beasted this out in like an hour and a half, like probably from like here and all that. So this little single one is 2 stitches away from the page 3 line side. So I'm incredibly excited about working on her. So this is her so far. I don't even think I can get it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I am working in a downward angle, and I talked about this last year in some of my initial videos. I really don't want to see like lines going like across all the rows or columns. So reading, like before getting started, like reading some of like the HAED groups and like things like that, like reading some tips and asking for some tips. Some people said like on a page, you know, like block it off and like do diagonals and things like that, and always kind of extend it, never do like super harsh lines, which I know that I am kind of doing some harsh lines with like a page finish, but I am doing it at a diagonal and then kind of gonna like work out from the initial diagonal. One, because then it kind of gives me better range of motion as I'm working on this piece, because like in the top row, I can go over and have a mostly black page to jump back and forth with, as I'm working on details, and so that way I can get some of the background finish. Because another thing that I was worried about is if I get to like the middle and I do most of her, and then I'm just left with a 310 at the end, how enthusiastic will I be to ever finish that, you know? Because and black's a little bit different than like white, but whenever we have a ton of white to stitch, honestly, how long sometimes do we keep that whip because of white? I mean, I know that I've done it for stupid amounts of time. So I didn't want to have a similar situation, because my HAED is 270 like 5 or 78,000 stitches, and 150, like 4 of them are black. Let that sink in. A little over half is 310, and so It's not entirely background. Some of those are going to be thrown in with like her outfit and like the shadows and things like that. But that's kind of scary and a little intense. And you know, it's kind of sad whenever you think about it. Half of my HAED is one single color, and then the next most used color is 3750, which is, you know, in parts of her dress and like sprinkled in the background. I mean, that's pretty insane. Like, predictively, with the size of my fabric compared to what's recommended, recommended is like 33 skeins of DMC 310. I got 37 because that's on 25 count and mine's on 18. So I wanted to be prepared there, and that's one thing. And it's possible that I may need more, but the 3750, it's like scheduled to only use between like 5 and 6 of 3750, and I bought like 7 or 8. So that's a really big difference whenever those are your two highest colors. 37, 7. So I'm just trying to keep my sanity with this and have fun with it. I have really great ideas for whenever she's finished, and I keep on saying when because I'm trying to encourage myself that it's going to happen. So anyways, this month I really just wanted to dedicate time to her. I am still working on some other things, like some of my whips that are really close to being finished. I'm not going to show them in these videos, even though I do have a little bit of progress on some stuff. And I haven't decided how I'm going to do an update video. I don't know if I want to wait until the end of the month and do the final check-in and then also release a floss tube video with the other things that I've worked on. But she is what I'm working on at night after work and on weekends. And the other things that I'm working on are the ones that I'm taking to work with me, and they're pretty close to a finish. Or like I'm getting them to a point of being ready for like heavy outlining or something that's just too difficult to do like on a lunch break, and after you eat you only have like 45 minutes. So I'm trying to do ones that I can make significant progress in like a week's time. So I'm thinking about, I'm like kind of working on like 4 things, and that's what's in my mind, to either get a finish or prep it to be finished or just get it farther worked on. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if I want to do I don't know if I want to do a check-in in the middle of the month of those projects, or if I just want to wait till the end. So that's where I'm at with that. Otherwise, that's what my videos are going to be on Fridays for this month. I really hope that you like them. Like I said, next week, hopefully there will be a ton more progress because, we put out our beginning of the month check-in on Tuesday, and I record these Thursdays as soon as I get home. So I've only had 2 days to work on her so far. So next week will hopefully be a lot better. There will be 7 days, and I'm not really doing anything this weekend. I have company, and we're just literally going to chill and relax, and which for me means stitching. So she'll get lots of love. Yeah. I really hope that you enjoyed these videos, whether I cuss in them or not, because it obviously does not always happen. I'm not going to make it happen just to make it happen. But I hope that you really enjoy this video and join me on my journey. If you're working on a HAED, please use the hashtag. Michelle and Brittany and I would love to see what everyone else is working on if you're working on a HAED this mania. And yeah, if you liked this video and you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you don't hit the dislike. I mean, honestly, who cares? just don't watch me again. And if you did like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and leave a really nice comment. I want to know what you're working on, regardless if you use the hashtag or not, because it would just be fun to know what everyone is working on Mania. If you want to leave your entire Mania schedule down in the comments below, that would be amazing too, because one of the first times that I did Mania, it was crazy. I loved seeing what everyone was working on because I was also getting back into cross stitch. And it was fun to learn about designers that I'd never heard of. And so yeah, it's really helpful for other people, and it would just be fun to look up and see what everybody's into, what type of patterns that you like, and yeah, I just think it'd be interesting. So I will see y'all next week. Bye guys.